Welcome to Sleepy Cove. Tonight's entertainment is Causeway, which features Mike 6 and 8 and Mike Jenkins. Both Twillingate boys are going to entertain your socks off tonight. Turn it up and just have a time.
Take off your mask and talk to me. Give us a big loud cheer for Unscripted 2020, boys. Let's hear it. Come on, boys. Take it, Mikey. There you go. Watch them mountains talk. That was a weird way to end that. Sorry, Mikey. I just wanted to hear him. It's been so long since I heard him play lead guitar next to me. I guess very excited, you know? Very excited, man. Very excited. Sorry. It's a real pleasure for us to have been asked to play for the Unscripted Festival. This is my 4th year being a part of the festival in some way. This year is a little different, of course, we all know. It's great to have an audience, so I can tell you that much. I'd like to thank those of you that are in the room for supporting the arts first and foremost, who've paid the admission to be here tonight. And for those of you tuning in on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, maybe you might just head on to unscriptedfestival.com and send a little contribution. I think now that I'm playing the cap on here, I'd like to play a Stan Rogers song. Stan Rogers is one of my biggest influences. I traveled the country in 2014 from the Gulf Islands of BC, Salt Spring Island, a little place called the Treehouse Cafe. I started a 9-week adventure across the great country of Canada, and I played the music of Stan Rogers from one side of it to the other, and it was one of the greatest experiences for me as a musician. I'm going to share my favorite song, a song called Pharisee. It's a bit of a deep cut, maybe, I guess you'd call it. Beautiful tune, a beautiful message. I figured this is a great way to pay tribute to one of the greatest songwriters Canada has really ever known. I used to be a Pharisee, cynical and wise, telling rich, ungodly lies of humanity. In the marketplace was seated a cripple with a line. I looked at him and said, I've been rich but so unhappy. What set you so on fire? He said, look upon me, brother. I'm a man with peace of mind. You know I haven't been much good at nothing but these words I've wrote in rhyme. I've a good woman to feed me and friends to share a brew. Later we will sit around and sing together, and it could be the same for you. If you hold on to young friends you've made of old, give to the woman that keeps you whole. Warm fire for all your friends who come in from the cold. Now I love you all as brothers. No, I don't need to know your name. Oh, I know this must sound different, but for us it's always been the same. Tonight, the smoke is rising from all around the room. Judging by the warmth and the smell from the kitchen, there'll be supper ready soon. Table set for 20, room for more if they should come. Later we will sit and smoke the pipe for our pleasures and sing and take a little run. If you hold on to young friends you've made of old, cleave to the woman that keeps you whole. Warm fire for all your friends who come in from the cold. Yes, I love you all as brothers. No, I don't need to know your name. Oh, I used to be so different. Now I know I'll always stay the same. Thank you very much. Now they're sick of me. They're sick of me by now. They want to hear someone who can actually sing all that.
Oh, yes, bye.
Yes, you take us on a journey now. I don't know what you're going to play. That's the best part about playing with Mikey. We don't write a set list. Never have. I don't think we ever will. No.
Put on my blue suede shoes in pouring rain. Touchdown, land of Delta blues in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. But I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now Now security they did not see. They just hovered round this tomb. There's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? They've got catfish on the table. They've got gospel in the air. Reverend Green, be glad to see you when you haven't got mail. But boy, you've got a prayer in Memphis. Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and they brought me down to see her. Asked me if I would do a little number, and I sang with all my might. She said, "Tell me, are you a Christian child?" And I said, "Ma'am, I am tonight." Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, feel the way I feel. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes, boarded a plane, touchdown, land of Delta blues in the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the land of Delta blues in the middle of the pouring rain.
Walking in Bayview.
Yeah. Walking in Bayview. Right? I can see that. Yeah. Drinking on a case of Black Horse beer.
You caught me off guard there, but
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about. You should know by now playing with me.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Now, boys, for you viewing at home, I've been playing in Twillingate for, this would have been my 4th year playing 6 nights a week down at the Captain's Pub in the Anchor Inn. And, of course, because of COVID, that went out the window. Basically, we flew home on March the 10th or whatever, and by Paddy's Day, all future gigs for 2020 were indefinitely canceled. So luckily, Mike Jenkins here actually really helped me, as well as Denver Gidge, Clint Lackey, and a bunch of other people. This venue that we're in right now is operated this summer by 618 Entertainment. That's my company, and this will be our 22nd concert since June the 13th. That have all streamed to over 100,000 people. So we're so happy to still bring entertainment to you, and humbled that we get to be on stage and get to do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, it's really cool. I'm going to play the title track off of one of my albums, my only album. And you can find that album in the garbage bin of record executives all across the world.
For many months I've been at sea. There's pretty girls, they dance for me, but I have never seen her before. She'd her hair tied up in a dark brown bun. She'd send the gentleman on the run. No, I have never seen her before. So now I rant and reave and roar to see that girl that's on the floor. I rant and reave and rant some more. I rant and reave and roar. I'll send my ship up on the shore. I'll rant and reave, go to sea no more. I'll go to sea no more. Time at home, it has been grand way back here in Newfoundland. Not only for a short spell, you see. Look into my eyes. I wanna see your eyes. So you rant and read and roar. See the girl that's on the floor. Rant and rant some more. Rant and I'll read and roar. Send my ship on the shore. Rant and reave and go to sea no more. All of you, we'll go to sea no more. I've been at sea, there's pretty girls, they dance for me, but I have never seen her before. She'd her hair tied up in a dark brown bun, she'd send the gentleman on the run. No, I have never seen her before. So now I rant and rave and roar to see that girl that's on the shore. Rant and reave and rant some more. Rant and reave and roar. I'll send my ship up on the shore. Rant and reave, we'll go to sea no more. I'll rant and reave and roar. See the girl that's on the floor. I'll rant and reave some more. I'll rant and reave and roar. Send my ship up on the shore. Rant and reave and go to sea no more. I'll go to sea no more.
Thank you very much. Whew. My geez, old man. I tell you what, I take great pride in the Unscripted Festival. I know the co-chairs and the committee very, very well over the years. Twillingate's a small town. Catch me breath here, boys. I'm very passionate about this festival because it showcases artists that sometimes fall through the cracks. There's certain types of art that we're used to, certain mediums that we're used to, and Unscripted does a really good job of showing you the more obscure sides of the digital world. And also, it's something late in the season here in Twillingate. It gives people a reason to come back later in the year to experience our community. So big round of applause for Unscripted and their team, eh? There's a song I've been wanting to do with you.
Oh, yeah?
Long time, too.
What song is that?
I learned it in my shed.
I might get all the verses right. There's like 5 of them.
Go on. I'm going to do my best side guy job here.
I got a squeaky capo.
You got a squeaky capo, have you?
Squeaky capo.
Sir? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Pick a Barbie chainsaw, go to drink my beer. A couple of dozen games of darts, 3 or 4 times a year. Sort me nuts and bolts, sharpen up me knife. Escape from the youngsters, the TV, and the wife in me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet, and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with me toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys. Boom, 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 boom. Well, the smoke goes up the chimney, a signal to the boys. They all invent excuses and they show up like the flies. We stand around discussing the deeper things in life, like the beauty of a piston or the marvels of a trike. In me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet, and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with me toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys. Boom. There are meaningful activities for men to all enjoy, like the sharpening of a buck saw or tying up some flies. The fire shake, time equality. You build a coffee table just to satisfy the wife. In me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet, and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with me toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly guys.
Now keep that going for a second there. Now, a lot of great artists have come through town. And one of those artists is a really well-known artist by the name of Clifford George. Now, he wasn't a part of the festival, but he was here when the Ashburn building burnt down. I'm sure you've seen it on the way here. Big, beautiful, historic building gone. So he came in here with another local artist here named Carrie Byrne. She's fantastic. Tattoo artist here, owns a place called Poisonberry Inc. Anyways, I loves a good joke, you see? And we're listening now to Buddy Wass's name. This is a Buddy Wass's name song, Kevin Blackmore tune. And, well, I'm not sure if Kevin wrote it, but Buddy, I digress. Anyways, I thought that I would share this joke with you, you see? Now, the committee might be mad at me for sharing this, and I'm going to do it anyways. There's no obscenities, and there's nothing that you can't buy at the corner store, we'll say. So this feller goes into a late night store. It's just about to close. He goes into a panic. He says, "Boys, you got condoms for sale?" He said, "Yes." He said, "I needs a condom." He said, "Well, just one?" He said, "Yeah, I needs one condom." He said, "All I got is packs of 3, packs of 6, or packs of 12." He said, "Well, Lord jeez," he said, I suppose I'll take the 3-pack." And he buys the 3-pack of condoms. And he takes one of them out, eh? And he stuffs it into his pocket. And he throws the other 2 on the ground, and he squats them under his foot. Buddy at the store says, "My son, what are you at?" He's "I'm trying to give it up." Huh? Wah, wah.
Boom, 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 boom. If the wife ever threatens and forces me to choose between my marriage or the shed, either way I'm going to lose me tools and me buddies or me wife and our bed. I guess I'll have to leave it all and move to me shed, in me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet, and a bed. It's the only place where I can go and tinker with me toys. Go and find solitude with a bunch of ugly
Boys, what's wrong with you, boy? Loosen up. You didn't like that joke. Come on, boy. Best kind, wasn't it? Trying to give it up. Clifford George, what a character. You ever get a chance to meet him? COVID has been challenging for lots of people, and I know I'm a bit foolish. I always am. But a few times a night I get serious. It don't happen often. But a few times a year I get serious. A few times a night, I should say, on stage. And this is one of those times. I had a really good friend of mine who struggled very hard, and I think there's a lot of us out here that have people the same way, who've struggled and ultimately aren't with us anymore. And I was trying to write a song for Ron Hines,
It was called Thieves and Gamblers, you see, because when I first started playing in St. John's, I'd walk up Water Street, you know, and I'd walk past the Rose and Thistle. And here was Ron Hines, who to me was just another guy on the circuit. Way older than me, of course. This would have been in the early 2000s. I'd walk by the Rose and Thistle and see him in there with his back to the window and his big hat, playing to the thieves and the gamblers on the VLTs, you know, boys in there bumming cigarettes and that kind of stuff. And then only a couple weeks later, he'd be hired for some festival to open up for Blue Rodeo. And I write a lot of music, and I do my best not to influence myself too much by listening to their music. Even though I'm a huge Stan Rogers fan, I don't listen to his music very often. I look at it like a fine glass of wine. It's good a couple times a year, real good. But it loses its special touch if you drink it every day, you know. Ron Hines falls in the same category to me. He's such a powerful songwriter that I didn't want to listen to his catalog because I didn't want it to influence my own writing, if that makes any sense to you. And I tried to write this song for Ron Hines, and it's just, I could not put it together. I had the chorus, and that was it. And when my friend John Feltham passed away, well, Lord geez, I wouldn't say it was 5 minutes, and I had 3 pages, and I had to omit verses because the song was too long. Because he was a lot like Ron Hines, you see. He felt most comfortable playing for the Thieves and Gamblers. And I think that's what tied it together for me. So this song is for John Feltham and the whole Feltham family. It's called Thieves and Gamblers. The crowds of lonely people lost at the bottom of a beer. Them crowds of lonely people wishing they'd rather be somewhere else than sitting stranded in some crier's paradise. The thieves and the gamblers, double-edged knives. He'll sing a song of pleasure, or we may never know his pain. Singing songs on some festivals. The crowds of lonely people with their candles in the wind. Crowds of lonely people outside looking in towards his center of some crier's paradise, stuck with the thieves and the gamblers, double-edged knives. He'll sing a song for pleasure, or we may never know his pain. Singing songs in on some festivals, now singing outside in the rain. To the thieves and the gamblers and his loved ones left behind. Oh, he'll sing a song for
pleasure will never know his pain. Songs, unsung festivals outside the rain. To the thieves and the gamblers and them double-edged knives. Oh, to the thieves and the gamblers and loved ones left behind. Thank you very much, John Feltham. You goddamn idiot, I love you. Play us something happy now, Mike Lard. Jeez, oh man, get us something going, boy. Come on now.
Young leaf from the seed that was sown 200 years in the ground. Tall trees hanging over the road, feels like they're staring me down. It's in the way that they sway, it's the feeling I get. They just don't want me around. Tall trees hanging over the road, feels like they're staring me down. Who's gonna love you when I'm gone? Said to leave you then. I'll get over you in a while if I somebody new in the spring. When the sun melts the snow, when the water runs down to where the long river flows. And I lay with you kissing in the grass tonight and watch you grow. Think of the way things might have been. Give you a ride downtown. Tall trees hanging over the road, feels like they're staring me down. Tall trees hanging over the road, feels like they're staring me down. Tall trees hanging over the road, feels like they're staring me down. They're staring me down. They're staring me down.
Thank you very much. Little Matt Mays and El Torpedo.
Matt Mays, yeah.
Oh, you'll never get me, Matt Man.
Boys, how about weed legalization, eh? What do you think of that? Not the same way I feel about it, obviously. I feel great about it. I think it's progressive. Anyways, moving on. You know, jazz cabbage. You know what I'm talking about, right? Devil's lettuce. Marijuana, right? Best kind, right? Goes good with a glass of red wine, Mikey Jenkins. Since it's been legal, now Mikey, see, he don't touch it, see? Since it's been legal, I got to have a little bit, and I think you might have pissed yourself, you laughed so hard.
I think you did too.
I did too. Yeah. Little dribble came out, not gonna lie. Now, boys, I promised myself I was gonna do something. Mike, I hope you don't mind. I'm foolish on stage, you know that. Anybody who's seen me anywhere in Canada or the States or Ireland or wherever we've played or I've played knows that they're always in for, if the music's not good, at least they're going to get a few chuckles. And but as a musician, when I was young, I was a punk rocker. I loved punk rock. I loved heavy metal music. I loved thrash metal, Megadeth, and Megadeth was one of my favorites. Metallica, of course, I loved. But I'd go out with my, cut-off jean vest with band patches all over it and spikes on the shoulders and my army boots, and I'd leave my group of friends and I'd go down into my basement and I'd learn Mozart on my classical guitar, or Bach, or some kind of a classical piece, you know, or some kind of a classical piece of music. And I've been composing classical music, classical styled music, I guess you can say, for a long time, probably for longer than I've been playing anything else. And I wrote a song during COVID, and I promised myself tonight that I would play it no matter how out of you know, the realm of our show it was. So I hope you don't mind, Mikey.
Go for it.
All right, so this song is doesn't really have a name. I guess we can call it a COVIDiots. Thank you very much, boys. Cheers. Thank you. See, sometimes I actually can play guitar, right? It's not all this.
You definitely can.
Nothing like Mike Jenkins, though, boy. I tell you what, Mikey boy, you're an absolute pleasure to be on stage with. Whether you're playing guitar, you're playing drums, you're just singing, you're playing, I don't know, the nose flute. I mean, you're good at anything you play, right? Speaking of which, why don't you play us one?
Day after day, I'm more confused. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. Oh, that's a game that I hate to lose. Feeling a strain. Ain't it a shame? Oh, give me the beat, boys, free my soul. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, free my soul. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. Don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind. Counting on you, you can carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, free my soul. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, free my soul. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. rhythm and rhyme and harmony. Help me along, making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Yeah, take me away.
Thank you. Nice job, Mikey. I did something I never did before that time. Sang backup and played lead at the same time,
man.
oh, man.
That was well done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, oh, man. First time for anything in it. Man, oh, man, I tell you what. This is
Definitely not your first time, buddy.
doing that. First time I can remember. See, we're not allowed to drink beer in here. First time I remember doing that, I guess. Oh, you want to do that one? Oh, yeah. Which one you want to do? You want to do the polar bear?
Do the polar bear song.
I'm going to give a shout out to Tara, who's in the audience right now, Tara Hamlin. She is now going to be representing the shore with Adventure Central Newfoundland, which is our DMO. And this song is written about Joe Barber. Joe Barber was a captain from Newtown. He was a captain of a ship called the Neptune II, I believe it was. Hopefully I said that right. I haven't told this story in a couple of years. And anyways, he was a great captain who went out to St. John's from his home down the shore, down in Newtown. And went to St. John's, and then on his way back from St. John's it was 1929, November 1929, and they were blown out to sea in the schooner. Long story short, the mast cracked off. There was damage done to the ship, and after 48 days, they left from St. John's, and they ended up in Scotland. They drifted across the Atlantic Ocean. Every single person survived. 48 days adrift. They lived off of biscuits, or what we know now as hard bread, hardtack. They lived off biscuits, a little bit of, about a half a handful of raisins. And they used a half a cup of tea in the morning and a half a cup of tea in the evening. And they rationed everything out, and they all came out of it alive. And the song is called The Great Polar Bear. About a young man who wants to sail with Joe Barber. And Job is all for it. But the crew say, boy, you can't take him with us, oh man, he's young, he's green. If he comes with us, he'll end up swimming with the great polar bear. See, because back in those days, the only person who died at sea that was brought back for a proper burial was the captain. So if any of the, especially people lower on the totem pole, if any of them died at sea, they were thrown overboard. And one of the slang on that was that you'll be swimming with the great polar bear. And this young man looked up at the crew. He looked Joe Barber in the eyes. He said, I'll never swim with the great polar bear. This is his story.
Oh, mother, sweet mother, what shall I do? Why Wild winds are blowing and the rations are few. Now Captain Joe Barber, he's heading up north. If there's room on his crew, I'll be leaving henceforth. With the following winds at my back, I'll keep a memory of home tucked away in my pack. I won't feel the sting of the cold Arctic air. I never shall swim with great polar bear. I've had many an evening with foolhardy mates, drinking stale beer and securing the crates. Well, we lost one young fella, won't sail no more, but many find solace upon heaven's shores. With the following wind at my back, I'll keep a memory of home tucked away in my pack. I won't feel the sting of the cold Arctic air. And I never shall swim with the great polar bear. The clothes that they gave me, it's frozen and wet. Another 6 weeks ahead of us yet. The bow she's creaking, we're stood fast in ice, but we've got to move on, boys, we've not got a choice. There's no following winds at our path, only cold broken ice left behind in our tracks, and me fingers went blue from the cold Arctic air. But I never shall swim with the great polar bear. All right, Mikey, tell me all about it. Months they've passed, and I'm homeward bound. Well, the cold of the north is all that I found. A strong southern trade is what calls to me, with the wind at my back as I sail the salt sea.
Thank you very much, and congrats again, Tara. It's time for me to remind you folks out there in Facebook land and YouTube land, if you're enjoying the festival and you're taking part of any of the workshops, you can check out what we're doing, unscriptedfestival.com. But also, while you're there, send a couple of bucks to the festival. This festival is amazing, especially during COVID. It's keeping a lot of artists working, and artists are some of the hardest hit because of this whole pandemic. First to be fired, last to be rehired. So it's really amazing initiative, and if you'd like to make sure that there is an Unscripted Festival next year, you can find a donate link on unscriptedfestival.com. What do you want to do now, Mikey? Now I got that out of the way. What do you think about it? I want to hear a Mike Jenkins original song. What do you think? And here's what I'm doing for this one too, though. Putting that on mute. I'm putting her down because I want to watch this too.
There's a song called Leave the Light On.
Won't always be like this. Too many times say goodbye. You can't be further away than you are right now. I understand what you do to provide for our daughters, help us get through winter so cold and so blue. I'll be here when you get home. Don't you worry about a thing. Leave the light on over the floor. I'm on my way and I'll sing to you just like before. Tuck the kids in, I'll tell them a story or two. Not before I say I love you. All the chances we had to stay close, they called away just at the moment we chose. The fire has faded, my heart still burns for you. Yeah, my heart still burns for you.
Thank you. Just got some coffee, Mikey. Where's mine too?
For yours too? In the percolator. I don't know how you likes it, Steve. I likes my coffee cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And carbonated. Here you go, Denver. I know. I got you. Now, boys, Denver Gidge back there. Big round of applause. He's our sound engineer for the Unscripted Festival this year. Give him a big round. Brad Clark, if any of you guys have watched the cooking show with Chef Rory that aired at 6:30, you can still watch it on the Facebook page. It's still up. I brought Brad out here. He had no idea what he was doing. No, he does know what he's doing. I mean, he had no idea what he was doing on this project, what his scope of work was going to be. And when he showed up, I said, "How do you feel about shooting a cooking show?" He said, "Sure." I said, how do you feel about shooting it one day, editing it the next day for it to be debuted to the world the following day? He's like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No." And he went in there and he ran the team. I was doing other things. He went in and he ran the production on that cooking clip, and he hit a ballpark home run. So give him a round of applause, boys. Really great, Brad. Thanks for being on the team. And another guy, the guy who's been doing literally everything that none of us want to do. God love him. We all need one of those on the team, and he does all the other stuff, really cool stuff as well. But Clint Lackey has been our production assistant, so give him the biggest, warmest round of applause. Yep. And of course, we can't forget Mike Jenkins. Mike Jenkins is a professional, handsome man. He's been the face of our team, making sure that everybody knows we're sexy and on point. I love some embarrassing him. Who knows? There might be people watching from Ethiopia right now. You don't know, right? That's good, boys. I hope you don't take it all too serious. What's the point? We're going to play one more song, take a little break. What do you think about that?
Yep.
I think it's all right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, boys. You can loosen up here in the room. You can loosen up a bit. You can be just as foolish if you like. We're going to end it off this set with Stan Rogers' tune, Fast One. Okay. Boys, because here we are. We're like the phoenix from the ashes. We're like the Mary Ellen Carter. We shall rise again.
Well, she went down last October in the pouring, driving rain. Skipper, he'd been drinking and the maid, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 mile after she was dealt her mortal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter said no. There were just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. How we fought like hell to save her, and the groan she gave as she went down, it cost us to proclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, she never saw again. Oh, insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. And they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. How she's worked a $250,000 every jar and hit the bar, we swore we would remain. Make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Come on, those who loved her best and who were with her till the end will make Mary Elaine Carter rise again. Been with her all spring now, on a barge lent by a friend. 3 times a day in hard hat suit and twice I had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow. I never have the strength to go below. Up sailors are not hatch and portal down, through cables to her far and aft and herded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air, then pick up the strain. Like a Mary Elaine Carter rise again. Come on, boys! Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the lonely dead. Those who loved her best, who are with her till the end will make Mary Elaine Carter rise again. Oh, we couldn't leave, but there you see, to crumble into scale. She saved our lives so many times, living through the gale. To the drunken stinking rats that left her to a sorry grave. You won't be laughing in another day. And to those to whom adversity dealt its final blow, smiling buggers lying to you everywhere you go. Turn to it all your strength of arm, all your heart and brain. Like the Mary Elaine Carter rise again. Oh, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the lonely dead. Those who loved her best, who were with her till the end will make Mary Elaine Carter rise. One more time. Oh, rise again, rise again. Oh, your heart be broken and your life about to end. No matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Elaine Carter rise again. Take us out, Mikey.
Unscripted 2020, boys. We're going to take a 5-minute break for 10 minutes. Stream's going to fire back up in about 12 minutes or so. Anyways, we're going to take a little break. Thank you so much again. Get out, stretch your legs. If you're at home, now's your time to thank Trudeau. Anyway, so I take that back. I didn't mean it that way. I meant about what he did, the only good thing. Anyways, before I get myself in trouble, I'm going to get off stage. Mike, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
All right, I love Unscripted Festival. What about you guys? What a great thing. What a great spot to be. I'm happy that you're all here, and we'll see you in just a few short minutes. Thanks again.
Well, I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. But there's still more to come with Causeway, which is Mike 6 and 8 and Mike Jenkins. They've been putting Twillingate on the map with their wonderful musical styles. And while you're waiting, don't forget to check out the digital art gallery that is on the Unscripted website, unscriptedfestival.com. And you can register for more of the workshops that are coming up in the next couple of days. They're all free, but we would love and appreciate any of your donations to keep this festival going. Now enjoy some of the sights and sounds of this beautiful town and area. Causeway's coming up right after that.
You got me live already, have you? Yeah, we're live. Holy moly, Jenkins, we're live again, oh man.
We are live.
Live. I'm lively. I'm feeling lively. Surprisingly enough, I finished work last night very late, and I come back to work at 6 o'clock this morning. I only went home long enough to give the wife a kiss on the cheek, you know. Come back to work again. She's a doll. She's the love of my life, and she's making a baby right now, and I helped. We got a little baby girl coming. She's coming on November the 13th, or so they tell us. But I think, because I'm a big believer in numerology and numbers. 618, my stage name is Mike 6 and 8. That's a play off of 618. 618 are the first three digits of phi, or the golden ratio. Maybe what you guys probably know more as the Fibonacci sequence. It's basically a nerdy way of explaining a spiral. And I believe that our due date is on November the 13th, my friend. But I really believe that the baby's going to come on 11/11, because that's a very powerful and magic number. And I think that little Clara is going to join us on 11/11. She might even come at 11:11 a.m. or p.m. Who knows? Now, wouldn't that be something? Largy's on my double whammy. You know what I'd like to do, Mike? I'd like to play Clara's Lullaby. We played it on tour, but I just named it just now. You see, this song, I've been calling this song Yellow Label. You see, because it had no name, right? Now I think this is Clara's Lullaby. Thank you very much. Little Miss Clara. God love her. We'd like to give a special shout out to the funders of the festival. COA, Province Newfoundland and Labrador. Also like to give a shout out to our sponsors as well. I don't have a list of them in front of me, so I'm not going to say one of them, because if I says one and forgets one, then I'll be So thanks to our sponsors. Thank you so much to our sponsors, both the ones that gave us as much as they could and the ones that gave us as much as they could, because everybody gave to this festival as much as they could, and they all deserve our thank you and our round of applause. If any of you watching at home would like to contribute to the festival and make sure that this thing keeps going on, head on over to the website. You can sign up. There's still a couple of webinars left. There might even be some room left. I'm not sure on the numbers right now, but head over to unscriptedfestival.com. Check out what we're doing this year. It's freaking cool. And hit that donate button. Give us 8 or 10 grand. Best kind. Go on, Mike Jenkins. Now, Mikey, you're not getting me to do the you're yanking my chain, are you? Oh my geez, Lord. This one goes out to a very, very, very good friend of mine named Curtis Keats in St. John's. Curtis and Jean, this one's for you. I don't know how this is going to go. What? Oh, Tara requested it. This one goes out to Tara. And Jean and Kurt. Hey, how about that? Hey, you're good with sharing? Excellent. A little bit of bit of Seeger. Feel
out there in the spotlight, a million miles away. Every ounce of energy trying to give away as the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play. Now it's later in the evening, and I awake in bed. Echoes of the amplifier still ringing in your head. Smoke that tastes like marijuana cigarette. Remember what she said. What she said. Say here I am. I'm on the road again. Here I am. I'm gonna stay. Now here I go. Playing that star again. Here I go. Turn the page. See, here I am. I'm on the road again. Here I am. I'm gonna stay. Here I go. I'm playing that star again. Here I go. Here I go. Thank you very much. Little Bobby Seeger. You got Mikey? Nothing? Well, we'll do something. How about we do this? I haven't done no finger picking, right? stumble on to something I've never seen before. Why don't you put away your mind you get home? She said she stumbled on to something she read from some book. Way back when thinking was for books. That's long gone. Was seldom seen these times spent with your friends. I don't wanna have to read the century again. And see them shining eyes, pictures on some screen. I don't wanna read about you from some magazine. All right, Mike, take us out. All right, boys, you having a good time? Come on, bud, let them hear you down at the rail, boy. You having a good time, bud? Boys, I'm renting the venue. I ain't gonna make no noise for place. Let's try it again, boys. How you feeling, right? You know I seldom see these silver screens. Sometimes spend with your friends, and I don't wanna have to read the situation. See them shining eyes, because on some screen, right here the stories of the real things that you see.
Thank you very much. Large, we got a standing ovation on that one there, look. Brad Turner, look at that, boys, look. Look at that, boys. Thank you, boys. I'm glad you like that one. Now, me hat's all the way over there, look. Lord, geez, oh man, you got enough cable for that? Thanks, me, Ducky. I need that to keep the sweat from rolling down in my eyes, oh man. Here we go. You got this, Brad? Watch this one. Oh, slick, right? Boy, I've had a crush on someone for a long time. And it's okay. I can say this in front of my beautiful, loving wife. I've had a crush. It's not a secret. Because she's way out of my league. When I was first introduced to this lovely young lady, capital 4 for me. And when I was first introduced to this lovely young lady, the first thing I seen of her was that she was topless and her hair was covering over her, right? And she was singing a song. I said, oh my jeez, who's that? What's her name? Lanny. Lannis Morissette. Great Canadian icon. Amazing Canadian singer. Just put out a new album, From the Heart. That's not the name of the album. That's just what I feel about the album. It's From the Heart. It's a beautiful album. It's a little slower. None of those big pop hits. But then again, she's a little bit older now and a little bit wiser. And this is my favorite Lannis Morissette song. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your rain, the free ride. Oh, you're already in pain. It's the good advice. You just didn't take.
Mr. Play It Safe was afraid to fly back to suitcase and kissed his kids goodbye. Waited his whole damn life to take that flight. So plane crashed down. He thought, now isn't this nice? And isn't it alright? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's the rewrite. Oh, you already knew it's the good advice. You just didn't take. Who would have thought it'd figure?
Now, Mikey, let's do a different take lead here, will you? It's a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think everything's going wrong, everything's going fine. Yeah, life is a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think everything's going good, everything blows up in your face. It's a traffic jam when you're already late. Smoke inside on your cigarette break. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. Like meeting the girl of my dreams, then meeting her beautiful wife. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. Yeah, I really do. It's like rain on your wedding day. Rewrite. Oh, you've already made the good advice that you just didn't take. Who would have thought it figured? Now I like that. Maybe you should do it again. Life is a funny way, bailing you out, helping you out. Thank you very much. Great job, Mike. That sounded fantastic. I love that. Now you gotta sing something now, Lord. You want me? What do you got?
Oh, I don't know, boy. I don't have much to play.
Now, this coming from a guy, how many original albums do you have out?
I don't have.
3, right?
Yeah.
So how many songs are on each of that album? About 8 to 10? So by my calculations, you have anywhere between 24 and 30 songs that you can play.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm going to hit the mute button.
But why?
Because I loves watching you play, Mikey. It's true. What do you think about Mike Jenkins playing, boys?
Okay, here's a song called If Only You Knew.
Just sit tight, my little baby. It's time to show up. Keep yourself busy, little baby. I know the morning's come. It's never gone. It's on its way home in a hurry. Don't deny your pain. Here to keep you company till the moment it's free to change. Brush against my shoulder. You should know there's something I need to say. I used to wonder for all that's yet to come. Share my sin. If only you knew. Just be patient, little baby. It's past the time to wait. I know you miss the way he loves you. I can help you escape anything. I'm sure he's thinking about you. No need to cry anymore. All the hurt will be gone in an instant if we walk through the door. Brush against my shoulder. You should know there's something I need to say. I used to wonder for all that's yet to come. Share my sin. If only you knew. Brush against my shoulder. You should know there's something I need to say. I used to wonder for all that's yet to come. Brush against my shoulder. You should know there's something that I need to say. I used to wonder for all that's yet to come. Share my sin. If only you knew.
Thank you very much. I gotta start that again.
Yeah. All right, he did that because he seen me come out and he seen I was right excited. He knows I love the song. And I wasn't going to asking him to play it tonight, and he's doing it anyways because he's just sweet like that, isn't he?
Close to me. No goodbye, suicide, mystery. Right. Tell me, are you leaving soon? Comfort of your living room. Tell me, are we leaving soon? We're stuck inside our machine.
Thank you very much. Mikey, I'm so happy you did that song tonight. This could quite possibly be Causeway's last gig for a little while. You know, the summertime is one thing to go out and get some gigs, but once winter rolls around and there's not too many people rolling around the island, it's going to get a little tough for artists again. So keeping that in mind, the digital festival is a great way, the Unscripted festival is a great way to support the arts, music, digital media, all kinds of different artist mediums. If you love Newfoundland art as much as I do, head on over to unscriptedfestival.com and make sure you find a donate button and give us $8 or $10 or $20,000, best kind. We'll have some good festival next year, I can tell you. Mike, we've already gone over our time quite significantly, and so I think we should clue things off with something a cappella. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. No, I'm not playing the nose flute tonight. See, we're not allowed to drink in this venue. We were drinking beer tonight. It'd be a different story. We'd be playing nose flute all night long. But anyways. You ready for this one?
Yep.
I've heard many people sing this next piece of music. We're going to end the night with this piece of music. I've been very fortunate over my career as a musician and as a producer and many other hats that I've gotten to become friends with and become colleagues with some of the most influential performers in Newfoundland and Labrador. And just last year I got a chance to go along the lower North Shore of Quebec with Jim Payne and Fergus O'Byrne. And it was a 2-week tour, and sometimes we were in a bush plane a couple of times in the same day. We played for children and in seniors' homes, and we played in a stadium, and we filled out this beautiful 2-week tour, and I got to know Jim and Fergus very well, and I like to call them my friends. I don't know if they call me the same. I'm a little bit bananas, as you know. But anyways, I think I consider them my friends, and when they, the shanties are a big part of Newfoundland culture. They're a big part of any culture, any coastal culture. Shanties are work songs. Shanties have something that the people that sing them take away from them. There's a refrain that usually you hoist the lines, or you do something else. You pull up the anchor just a little bit more, or you pull nets, or whatever the case may be. But that's what shanties are for. Shanties were work songs. But now, of course, as Newfoundlanders, it's ingrained in us, because Newfoundlanders, boys, you know it, we are the most resilient people on the whole entire planet. So let's have a round of applause for Newfoundlanders. Hey? I love our province. I love the shanties. I love the history. I love everything about it. So we're going to end off our concert tonight by singing a song called Lever Johnny. I thought I heard the old man say, "Lever Johnny, lever, it's a long hard pull to the next payday, and it's time for us to lever. Lever Johnny, lever, oh, lever Johnny, lever, for the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. It was rotten meat and moldy bread. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Ah, you'd eat it or you'd starve to death.
and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the skipper was bad, but our mate was worse. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, we'd strike you down with a smack and curse, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Thank you, everybody, and have a beautiful night. Thank you to the Unscripted Festival. Thank you so much to our funders, to the sponsors, and to all of you in the audience right there. Brad, get a shot of this. What a wonderful thing. Flip her around. Look at that. Thank you guys so much.
Big round of applause for Mike 6 and 8, guys.
Mike Jenkins right here. We together are Causeway. We will see you very soon. Take care, my friends. And guys, don't forget,